Alright, so previously we finished off with the legends customization. In this video, we're going to be going through the nodes default category, which allows you to define all the nodes within a graph. Now, as always, within the sample report, you already have a pre-built example that you can explore, but for now, we're going to go into the training view, and we're going to be building the graph ourselves. So first things first, let's add an instance of the graph visual. There we go. We're going to also resize it, and we're going to disable the background plus the title, because we're not going to be using those. As for the data, we're going to be using source, target, and also the value field. There we go. Nothing else. Then we're going to go into the formatting options, and we're going to open up nodes default category. Right here, you can see that the first option is shape or text. Shape is going to be ideal for those cases where you want to have an inside and an outside label. Text is going to bring all the labels inside, but it's going to be ideal for those cases where you want to have textual information represented and you know that it's going to be longer than, let's say, 15 or 16 characters. Now, going forward, you have your shade options, so you can choose circle, rectangle, droplet, rhombus, or a diamond. Going forward, you also have your color modes where you have auto, fixed, dynamic, or no fill. Auto allows you to have an automatic color based on the category. Next one is fixed, where you choose and define a specific color for all the nodes. And the next one is going to be dynamic, which allows you to choose the color based on the color fields that are in the fields tab. And the last is going to be no fill, which is going to be ideal for when you want to use images. Now, going forward, we also see that we can adjust the fill color opacity, which allows you to make the nodes a little bit more transparent. Now, going forward, we have the outline. Once you enable the setting, you can see that this brings up additional settings. For when you can define the outline type, color, opacity, and width. After the outline settings, you have the min-max node radiuses. By default, what the chart does is that the nodes with the higher value are going to be bigger. And what you can also do here is achieve the reverse. All you have to do is make sure to inverse these settings, meaning that you change the max node radius to be 10 and you make the min node radius to be 100. This allows you to focus, for example, on those nodes who have smaller values. Now, going forward, you also have your value labels and you have your labels. Now, the difference between them is that the value label by default is inside and the name label is outside, but you can mix and match these positions. Now, something that we also have here is value format. By default, the graph showcases the outgoing value from the node, but you can choose one of these options to change the appearance of the chart. So you can have in, out, in and out, in minus out and in, or out minus in. Now, going forward, we also have affixes. Affixes are going to be ideal for those cases where you actually have both incoming and outgoing values. Going forward, you can see that we can also customize this and say, for example, if we have in and out, we can define the prefix for both of them. So this just gives us some additional flexibility. Now we're going to disable the affix. Now going forward, we also have some settings regarding the values and their display units. And there's also an option to hide target-only nodes. This is going to be applicable for those cases where within the graph you have some nodes which are going to be the end of the connection, meaning that that node doesn't have any outgoing connections. Enabling this hides those particular nodes. So it again gives you a little bit more flexibility. And the last two settings that you have here are going to be the detail min size and detail min zoom. What these do is essentially allow you to define the minimum size in pixels before you actually eliminate the additional settings. So if we go really far away from the chart, and let's say we have an image on this one, if it's not close enough, the image is not going to be displayed. This allows you to increase the performance of the chart. All right, that's going to be it for the nodes default category, and I'll see you in the next video.